Hello, this is Zach from Mudshare. Today we're going to discuss the topic on how to create an in-person survey within the Mudshare platform. Using my login credentials, I'm on my home screen here, and to create an in-person survey, to start this process, we're going to go into the Marketing tab and click on Survey Campaigns. On this screen below will be a list of all your existing campaigns, and you can review or edit all the information here on the right. To create a new survey for the in-person survey, we're going to click Create Survey Campaign, and we need to fill out the initial information. So I'm going to call this Walkbook 1, and I did this because the Walkbook is associated with the Mudshare application that is used for in-person surveys. Our type is going to be the in-person survey below. Our tag, I'm going to use an existing tag within the system. However, as a user, you have the ability to configure your own tags, and if you need any help or questions, feel free to watch the tagging video created before. Also to note, a very key important indicator for in-person surveys is it is important to make sure that all users involved in this specific tag have a longitude and latitude set on their user profile. This is used to add a pin in the Mudshare application for tracking purposes. Our keyword, we can use the auto-generated feature within the Mudshare platform, and then finally we can add a description. Once ready, click Create Survey, and it'll take you to the Edit Survey screen. On the left-hand side, we can see all the information that was pulled over from the beginning. I'm going to save that general information. To the right, I can schedule as a user on when I'd like to activate the survey or start the survey. When it comes to user teams, you have the ability, let's say for example that you have a group of volunteers targeting a certain area. This feature allows you to segment those specific users to groups so that let's say Team Blue is going to location A. I can assign that here and those users will have access to that survey. For thresholds, you can be notified when there's 100 doors left to be knocked on. For max households, due to the application feature within the Mudshare platform, sometimes that the total number of households can be overwhelming for the data to hold the information. So you have the ability to set max households. If you'd like to have, as a user, I see a lot of our customers, they like to have all the households available. However, they want to spread the wealth between the user team. So you have the ability to do that. You can set this to 0, and let's say you have 1,000 households total, you can spread that based off of the user teams here. So that's just a little bit of information for the initial settings. Once this is set, again, best practice to click Save General Information. And now we can add our script. Our script's where we define the questions that are going to be asked on the survey. So my first question is going to be, do you support John Smith in the upcoming election? And to add that question, simply click Add Question here below. Like a multiple choice answer, or a question I should say, you can add the answer option. So to add responses, you can click Add. I'm going to add 3 responses, so I'm going to click Add 3 times. And now I'm going to define my responses. My first one is going to be yes. And to save that information, click on the modified action here. Second answer is going to be no. I'm going to click modify. And then finally, my third is going to be undecided. And I'll click modify again. I also have the ability to segment this data. So if I want to track every uh, user that responds with yes, I can add a tag. You certainly can use tags that are already populated in the system, or you can create your own tag by clicking on database tag and adding that tag information here. I'm going to use this as a supporter so that I can track all that information. I'm not going to have a tag for no or undecided. However, I am going to add an initial response to this. So I'm going to click on Outro 1 here and Outro 1 here. So that if my users select no or 1, It will automatically generate a response that notifies them. If you have the response already populated, you certainly can add that and copy and paste it into this information. And I'm going to save this message text. I want to add another question to the system. To do that, I'm going to type out my question. Would you like to volunteer? Again, I'm going to add that question. You can see here question 1 and its responses below. And here's my question 2. I'm going to add 2 responses to this question by clicking add twice. I'm going to make this, yes. Click modify to save that response, and no. I want to track all the users that responded to yes by tagging them. So I'm going to click my database tags and use my volunteer tag. Again, clicking modify to save. Finally, I'd like to have a response to both of my answers, so I'm going to jump to outro 2 and then add my outro 2 information. I'm going to save that message text. And finally, I'm going to add an introduction for the script. So I'm going to say, hello, I am a volunteer for John Smith. Do you have time to take today's survey? Once pleased with this information, I'm going to click Save Text. And now it's best practice just to double check everything that you've filled out and save the information. Then once ready, click on the X. You'll see the in-person survey populate here. To activate the survey or start it, click Activate Survey. The system will provide a checks and balance. Click Yes. And we can view all information here. This concludes my video on in-person survey within the Mudshare platform. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to your Mudshare representative and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you for listening. Take care.